Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evilise. Thank you so much for watching. So for today's video, I decided to do a holiday kind of New Year's look. I was going to do a Christmas one, but I just did not have enough time to do one. I had time to film it, but there's no way I would have had time to like edit it and get it up in time. It would have been up like Christmas Eve or something like that, and so I didn't want to have to do that to you guys, so I just decided to go ahead and do a holiday like New Year's Eve look. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a very deep, dramatic, bold look, and then I'm going to do like a bright, bold red lipstick. This is going to be a look that I actually did last New Year's. It has blacks, deep browns, and then a really pretty silver lid color. There is a lot of fallout with some of these colors, so I really wanted to do my eyes first because I wanted to avoid any of that. So I'm going to go in first with the eyes, and then after that I'm going to show you the whole eye tutorial. Then I'm going to just zoom quickly past all of the other like face products that I'm going to use, so like my concealer, my bronzer, powder, blush, like all of that stuff. I'll record it all and I'm just going to have all of that zoomed in the video, just to save some time. I'm going to be using products that I use all the time. I'm going to be doing it the same way I usually do it, you know, like the cream contour, the powder, bronzer on top, all of that stuff. But yeah, so it's going to be products you're all super familiar with and that I've used, and I will try to show it to you as I'm using it, and if I forget for some reason I will just link it down below. So if you are interested in that, just go ahead and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so for my eyelids, I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyes with the Revlon PhotoReady Candid Concealer in the shade 55 Chestnut. I'm going to go ahead and just put that on my eyes because once again, like I said, I'm just starting with my eyes. I'm not doing anything else first. I'm not going to prime or anything my face yet because I'm just literally going to do my eyes because I don't want this fallout to get everywhere. I just love this concealer and the way it blends out. Like, it just blends out so nicely. Now I'm going to go ahead and powder my eyelids just to go ahead and set those, and I will be using the Wet n Wild Megaglo contouring palette in the shade Dulce de Leche, and I'm going to be using the powder shade right here. It is a highlighting powder. I feel like I say that every time I use this, but yeah, it's a highlighting powder, but I really like using it to set my eyelids. I feel like I'm stumbling through all of my sentences right now, and I apologize. Like, I don't know what is going on. Okay, so I'm actually going to be dipping into two separate palettes today. Usually I don't like to do that just because I don't want to have to use like multiple like products and palettes if I don't have to. But just for the sake of this video, I am actually going to. So I'm going to be using my Morphe palette. This is the 35K. It's a very pretty palette. I love it. This is actually the first Morphe palette I bought. And then I'm using the eyeshadow palette from Hard Candy. Yeah, this is the Guilty Pleasure palette. It actually was it gonna use that anyways? So it comes with 6 colors. I am gonna dip into mainly like those right there. Yeah, this one's a little too champagne-y for me. I really want to just do like the silvery, so I'm going to be dipping into those colors right there. I don't know why this will not focus on anything right now. And there is a black in here, but it almost comes out like a dark brown. So I'm not going to be using that. I'm really only using this palette for the shimmer shades, for those silvery shimmer shades. But yeah, so other than that, I will be using this Morphe palette. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. It is so pretty. I'm going to be dipping in first off with this shade right here. I feel like it's actually an interesting shade. It almost looks warm toned, but it almost looks cool toned. I feel like it's more on the cool toned side, so I'm just going to be dipping into this shade as my transition shade. There's not really a light brown shade in this palette, but I don't know, it's fine. I just go very light-handedly. Is that a word, light-handedly? I don't know, I just made it a word. So I just go very light-handedly into this color, just building it up to how I want it to look. Taking my time blending it. Okay, I really feel like I built this color up how I want it now. I'm really liking the way it looks. So next I'm actually going to be dipping into this shade right here, which is another cool toned brown. I feel like there is a good selection of cool tone colors in this palette. I know a lot of palettes will just do a couple of each, but this palette does really good with having a good selection of both. There's a little bit of fallout happening. Actually, not really. Just kidding. As of now, there's not really any fallout. I think the deeper the colors I use, the more fallout there will be. But yes, it's okay. Nothing a little makeup wipe can't fix. Right now I'm just blending with this other e.l.f. brush. It's like the same exact brush, but it's just a clean one. I actually really like the way this is blended out. It looks so like smooth now. It looks pretty smoky. It doesn't look as deep in the camera as it does like in person. I'm taking this brush from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. contour brush. It just looks like this. I'm just going to be taking this brush and using this shade right here. It's like almost a black. It looks black, but it's just a very dark brown. I'm going to be using that shade, and I'm going to be deepening the outer edge. I'm bringing this maybe about halfway. I really just want to focus it on the outer edge. So all I did was just add a little bit more of that color, just with what was left over on the brush. I didn't dip into that color anymore, and I just kind of did more of that in the crease, and then I just used the other brush just to kind of blend all of that together, just to kind of blow it out and make it look really smoky. So now I am going to go into one of these silver colors. I may try this one and then that one on top, but the formula of these is very interesting. I remember I had to scrape the whole first layer off because it was just straight glitter and it was getting everywhere and it looked awful. Like I think I had to like take my face makeup off because I did my makeup first and then my eyes. So I think I'm gonna just scrape that whole top layer off. Okay, I've kind of scraped it off. You can kind of see. I didn't do a very good job, but whatever. So I'm just gonna put that on my lid. It looks a bit darker. I'm gonna kind of swatch it. Oh, it almost looks blue. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna use that color. I don't know how I couldn't tell that that was like a blue toned color. That was very deceiving. I think this color right here actually is like a purple. It looks like it would almost be periwinkle, and I don't want to use that, so I'm only going to use this one then. Change of plans. So I'm going to put that all over my lid, just with my finger. I feel like, I just remember there being so much fallout. I'm slightly nervous to use this, but I feel like this is just the perfect color to use. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that is it's making a mess. I should have really used a brush for this particular look, but I wanted to get all of the silver. I don't really think I have another like silver color. I'm glad I'm doing my eyes first because makeup wipes are about to be my best friend. I also went a little higher than I anticipated, but it's fine. So let me just do this lid now. It is pretty pigmented, I will say. Okay, I'm going to dip back into this brush, and I'm not going to put any product on it. I'm just going to use the product that's on here just to add it in. I was going to use some black, but now I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of like just this like dark brown. I like the way this kind of looks, but I don't know. It looks a little rough actually right now, I'm not gonna lie, but this is one of those like trust the process looks. This is definitely one of those types of looks that you have to like just see it through. Like don't stop midway and be like this looks awful. Like no, like just finish. You'll be happy when you do. And the worst that'll happen if you do finish and it looks awful, just take it over and start over. I mean, just take it off and start over, or just take it off and do something totally different. Okay, I'm going to go back and blend everything out, of course. Why would I do anything different? So yeah, so I'm just going to blend. I feel like I'm talking a lot in this tutorial too. Sometimes I feel like I just like stay like so quiet and only talk if I like have to. But I don't know, I feel like I've been trying to talk more in my videos. I don't know if you have noticed, I've like tried to like talk more because usually I try to keep it like super like just like all I'm doing is like all I'm gonna talk about is the look. Oh my gosh, there's like a little kid outside and it scared me so bad. My dogs are barking at him. He was just staring at them. Oh my gosh, it kind of scared me though because I just like thought I saw something and then it was a little boy, and then there's a lot of little kids in this neighborhood, but they don't always play outside, but whenever they do, it's when I'm filming, which is great. I actually like this. I like the way this looks right now. I'm actually going to try something though. This could mess up the entire look and I will regret everything. So I'm going to use the one that has a lot of glitter in it, and I'm actually going to put that on my lid line, like very close to the lid, and then I'm just going to try to smudge that out a little bit because I don't wear eyeliner, but I feel like this will be a good alternative for this look. I feel like it just needs something extra. So I'm dipping in with this liner brush. This is just an Eco Tools liner brush, and I'm going to actually need a new mirror. So I'm actually going to use this and just put it on. Oh my gosh, this fallout is insane. I'm just going to smudge this out. I'm just doing a tapping motion at first. Okay, I dipped into the shade right beside it. It's not as glittery, but it's not a matte either. Just dipped into that lightly. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, taking the super shimmery black shade. I have to super concentrate when I'm doing this because I never put on liner, like I said, and so I'm awful at it. That is one thing I really need to get better at, liner and falsies. I feel like this actually looks a tiny bit better than the other one. I'm going to dip into the other shade beside it now. And then the one that's not as glittery. I feel like this is probably so boring right now because I'm having to take a long time for this. Okay. I actually kind of like that. I may come back and do a bottom lash line because I feel like it'll need that. This particular look will need that. But for now, I'm just going to clean up with a makeup wipe because there is so much fallout that happened. This is insane. I probably look like a raccoon, but it's okay. So I'm going to clean up with the makeup wipe, and then I will get back to you when I'm about to start the face products. Okay, so now I just took off all of the glitter and stuff that was on my face because that was crazy. There was so much. So I'm now going to start on the face makeup. I'm just going to like fast forward through this as I'm doing it, so that way it'll just like, you don't have to focus so much on the face products. This is going to be things that I use, like I said, all of the time, so it's nothing new or whatever. But yeah, so I'm just going to do this really quickly, and then I will come back to you probably when I am doing like the bottom lash line and then the lips. So I'll save that to the very end, but until then I will do everything else right now. Okay, so now I am back. I have done all of that as you saw. So now I'm going to finish the bottom lash line. I did top mascara, but I didn't do the bottom yet because obviously I wanted to do my eyeshadow on the bottom first. So I'm going to go back into my Morphe palette, and I'm going to be using the same colors I used, like that one, and then I think this one. I'm going to be using those two. I don't want to go super crazy on the bottom lash line. I just want to give it a little something. So I am taking this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. It just looks like this. It's like the perfect one for my under eye. I never used to use it on my under eye, and then I remember I used it for a video one time, and I was like, I think in the video I was like, I love this brush. Like, why have I never used it? It looks so good. It works really well. I'm kind of coming, if you can tell, from the outer edge and kind of trying to connect the two and then bringing them in. But I'm staying super close to the lash line. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. Just going to connect the two. Honestly, also thinking about doing eyeliner in my lash line. I mean, in my waterline, not lash line. My waterline, I usually don't do eyeliner like at all. But I don't know, right now I'm kind of feeling it just because this is a more full glam look. And as you can tell, I went all out. I did a lot more concealer than I usually do. I went a lot more heavy with the blush and bronzer and stuff like that. But once again, you know, full glam looks, it's good to do those every so often and to step out of your comfort zone a little. And it's really good to do that. And just to feel a little girly and stuff, you know? So yeah, so that is all I'm going to do for the bottom lash line. I don't really want to do anything else. I actually did get a new eyeliner. This is the automatic eyeliner from LA Colors. I have never used it before. I actually just got it, so this is a new product. This looks very intense. So I'm going to use that just for my waterline. I just feel like it needs a little something. I'm not putting a ton, but I just feel like this needs a little something to take it to the next level. So, and like I said, when I was doing my other makeup at the top, like all of this stuff, I said to be very careful because there was a lot of fallout. So it was the same thing when I'm doing it now, just to make sure that there was no fallout. You just want to be very careful taking a lot off the brush and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm just going to now take my little powder brush again. And I don't know where my other powder brush is. It's just like a smaller one that I really like using for times like this, but whatever. So I'm just taking this and using it to take off any little excess that I don't want there, any little fallout that may have happened. I'm going to finish with my bottom lash mascara, and then I will do some inner corner highlight and then some lipstick. So I will just zoom past me doing the mascara and then get back to you when I'm doing the inner corner highlight and the lipstick. Okay, so as you can see, I just finished my bottom lash mascara. There was a little bit of a mistake, little mishap, but you know, got it taken care of. I just cleaned that and everything. So yeah, I really went bold with the lashes today, and I actually love the way they look. I love this mascara like so much. This is such a good mascara, the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Curl and Hold Mascara. So I just did a couple of cuts of that on the top and bottom lashes, and now I'm going to do an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take this BS Small brush, and I'm going to use the shade Smashing, which is the same shade I used for my regular highlight, and I'm going to put it in. I was hoping there wouldn't be that big of a contrast because this is like a gold, and I have silver on my lids, so I was hoping that wouldn't look too crazy, but honestly it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually liking the way that looks right now. I really like that. Now for the lipstick. So I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon lip liner in the shade 717 Berry Red. So that's what it looks like. I honestly probably should have sharpened it a little, but it's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this, and then I will fill it in with my Wet n Wild My Glass Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick in the shade Missy and Fierce. I think it's kind of like meant to be like together. They're both Wet n Wild, but they're like literally the same color. It's crazy. So I'm just going to fill in my, line my lips and then fill them in. Before I move on, I know this looks crazy, but this is the best way I've learned to put on lip liner is to start at the top right here and then just bring it down, and then right here and then down. So the highest part of your lips, just start right there and then just bring it down and almost make like an X, like crossing them. And then I heard that that is like the best way, and honestly every time I've applied my lip liner I've done it that way. And even if I'm doing like a doe foot applicator like with the lipstick, that's like the best way I found to do it. So with that being said, I will finish this now. Okay, now that I have my lips filled in and I look super crazy, I'm just going to go ahead and finish filling them in with this lipstick. yeah, so I love this lip combination. I just think it looks so nice. This is once again a bit of a dramatic look, so this is definitely not like an everyday type of look. I mean, if it is an everyday look for you, go for it, do it, girl. But for me, this is something I would just usually do for like an event, or for, like I said, for like New Year's. But yeah, so I really like the way this look turned out. I hope you guys did too. So if you have any recommendations, or if you'd want to see any future videos in particular, just go ahead and let me know down below in the comments section. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or week, and this is honestly probably going to be the last video I post before the end of the year. So I hope you guys have a great New Year and a happy end of your year and a beginning of your new year. I felt like that was all kind of weird the way I said that, but I think you know what I mean. But I will see you guys in my next video next year. Love y'all. Bye.